Hello, my name is Todd Hagenbu with Arborchem Products. Today I'd like to demonstrate and show you a little bit about the ultra-low volume basil application. In general, in the industry, we use the Birchfire Iris, which is a 4-gallon backpack, and the B&G ultra-low volume basil one. This guy pays for itself inside of a week of using it. The standard wands that come on the backpacks will over-apply this material and waste the product and essentially maybe even go over label rates. Basil applications are not difficult. Essentially, they can be done throughout the year, basically all 12 months. The only thing that would preempt you from doing a basil application might be some snow, maybe 2-3 inches of snow, which would prevent you from getting at the base of a tree. Probably the only time this application wouldn't be effective, and it would be on certain species, might be something like Ailanthus in the spring, when you have sap flow going north in the plant. Basil may not be your best choice at that time of year. First thing I'm going to demonstrate is on just a standard, happens to be ash here, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the application to base. Generally we come up about 12 to 15 inches. Usually on a stem this diameter, 12 inches is plenty. So I put a fair amount of pressure under the backpack, and I keep this nozzle turned almost all the way down, maybe just a quarter turn out, and you'll see how quickly I get application on this stem. So I come up on that side. The trick with it is to make sure that you're coming up on both sides of the plant, that you're getting coverage on the full 360. And as you can see, there's a little bit left over here, so I'm going to make sure I get coverage on. That is ample coverage on your standard basil application. If I do not, let's say I left this side of the plant unsprayed, there's a good chance that this side of the tree will actually leaf out next year. This actually is a hickory, now that I look at it closer. This is a good chance that this half of the tree will leaf out next year. So make sure you get that full circumference around the base of the tree, and that'll get you coverage. This same application type can be used on stumps as well. So if we're removing trees and we want to control the root system of the tree, we can get in here and do what I call a modified basil application or a cut stump treatment. The proper terminology is cut stump. The idea here is to treat this upper cambium layer on the top of the tree. So we come around, well, I got pretty quick coverage there, and then I come around the base. On a larger tree, you wouldn't necessarily need to get that kind of coverage. You just get that cambium area and get all around the base, and you got coverage. That's essentially the basil and the cut stump treatment. The difference in a cut surface treatment would be a water-based chemistry. This happens to be Garland 4 and basil oil, which is an oil-based chemistry. We can do this application, we can do it just about any time of year, with a water-based application, such as Garland 3A or Accord 50-50 with water. We would just treat that cambium layer, and we'd have to make the application immediately after the tree was cut. With the oil-based materials such as this, I could come back here a week later, a month later, and still do this application and get the herbicide to go down into the plant. So that's essentially the two application types that I'd like to show today. Thank you very much.